This lesson is on section 1-2, Powers and Exponents. So how I read this number is 3 to the 4th power equals 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which equals 81. Again, I'm going to read that number as 3 to the 4th power. That number 3 is my base number. You can remember the number, or number 3 as your base, because 3 is your big number, base big. And then that little number 4 is called your exponent. And the exponent tells you how many times the base is used as a factor. So in this example, the exponent is 4, so our base number 3 shows up 4 times. So all we have to do is multiply the number 3 4 times. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which equals 81. Now a lot of students will say, oh, 3 to the 4th power, oh, okay, well 3 times 4 equals 12. Well, if you notice, that is not the correct answer. So please, please, please do not think that 3 to the 4th power is 3 times 4. 3 to the 4th power is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Again, our base, our big number, shows up 4 times. So my first example is to write 6 to the 3rd power, or another way I can read that is 6 cubed, as a product of the same factor. So in this example, the base is 6, my big number is 6, and the exponent 3 means that 6 is used as a factor 3 times. So my big number 6 is used 1, 2, 3 times. So I can say 6 to the 3rd power equals 6 times 6 times 6. Notice in this example it doesn't ask for us to solve this equation, it just asks us to write it as a product of the same factor. So 6 to the 3rd power, or 6 cubed, equals 6 times 6 times 6. So my next example is to evaluate, or another word for evaluate could be solve, 5 to the 4th power. So in this example, we actually have to solve and get a number. So I'm going to notice, okay, my big number, my base is 5, and that 5 is being used 4 times, or that 5 is being multiplied 4 times. So I can write 5 to the 4th power as 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay, so now this is just a basic multiplication problem. To make this easy for me, I'm going to say, oh, well, I know 5 times 5 is 25. And I know 5 times 5 is 25. So now the problem is 25 times 25. And 25 times 25 equals 625. So how I evaluate 5 to the 4th power, I know my big number is 5, or my base is 5, and my exponent is 4. So I'm going to multiply my base 4 times. So 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, which is 625. My last example is to write 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 in exponential form. So the base is 4, and it's used as a factor 4 times. So I'm going to say, okay, well, my base is 4. That's the number that keeps showing up. And how many times does it show up? Oh, it shows up 4 times. So in this case, my base and my exponent is the same number. Again, my base number, my big number, is the number that keeps showing up. And my exponent, my small number, is the amount of times that it shows up. It shows up 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So I can say 4 to the 4th power equals 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. And that brings us to the end of the lesson.